Hello, my friend. It's the Crypto Lunatic live from the Lunar Café, and today we're on a bargain hunt, my friends. So, for those of you lunatic to think that this might be a pullback and we might still be in a bull market, then this is for you. For anyone that thinks we're in a bear market, this definitely isn't for you. So, this is for the hardcore that are looking for bargains that do believe that the price could go up. Now, crypto's risky, my friends. It's very risky. But if I was to throw in a little dabble right now, this is how I would be looking. I'd be looking for high value, high turnover, high income generating coins. This is how you de-risk things, my friends. This is how we cut through the wheat and the chaff and we see which cryptos are actually making money that have had the biggest pullback now. So this is what we're going to look at today. And these are the metrics, my friends, that we will explore. We will explore these together. So come with me on a little lunatic journey into how do we find these coins. So we start with DeFiLlama. That's what we do. We look here. Now, for those of you who watched my previous video today, you'll see, look, ETF flow for the first time since the 28th of October has finally turned positive. Now, is this a temporary blip? Is this to flush out short leverage? We don't know. It could be. It could be. But for those who think that we're still in an accumulation stage, well, what do you want to be accumulating? Well, let's look at this. So I've gone to this part, protocol rankings, and this rates all sorts of things: total value lock, your day changes, your market cap to total value, fees, revenue. Now, I want to stop you here. Revenue, 24-hour revenue. Now, if we're in a bear market, which cryptos are still making money even today in this raging bear market? Which cryptos are showing the most resilience, which are making the most money, and which have had the biggest pullbacks? And they're the questions I'm asking. So I clicked this revenue in the last 24 hours, and we see what's been making the money. Now, of course, these are stable coins, so they don't really count. Hyperliquid. Now, this has been a star performer in this market. And even though this is likely to do incredibly well, there's already been explosive gains. And it's one of the very few cryptos that when we look at the 1 month change, it's still up 30%. Hyperliquid is a star performer. And although this is likely to do even better, it's not the degen thing. The people that got in, they got in and it's run hard. There's been big profits made on Hyperliquid. And on that basis, going into a coin that has already got big profits means there's a lot of people sitting on profits that could decide to cash out way before you do. So I would say leave Hyperliquid alone for now if you're looking for the biggest bargains. Now let's look revenue. Hyperliquid is making 3.61 million a day here. Now, just underneath it, this is interesting. What is this project? Avalon Labs on 7 chains that has been rinsed in the last month. Well, let's have a little look. So we go to Crypto Rank. We look at Avalon Labs. Yes, we do, my friends. Avalon Labs for a little 15-cent coin. We look 40 million market cap. We see, oh, this could be degen. It's not quite degen, my friends, but it's very low. Anything under 100 million market cap is a low market cap. And even its fully diluted value is 150 million. So the difference between market cap and fully diluted value tells you the amount of coins that have to be released. And for this reason, we want to know who are these and what did they pay? What did YZI Labs pay for these coins? And we can't see here. So usually on CryptoRank, you can find out what the early investors paid, but occasionally they don't disclose it. They don't want you to know what they paid. They don't want you to know how much profit they're sitting on to scare you off from investing. So we dig a bit deeper. We go into Grok and we ask the question, what price did YZI Labs pay per coin for Avalon Labs in May 2025 funding round? So we go through all of this, but all you want, it's speculative. They don't actually know. They don't actually know. So the point being, the best estimate that they've got here is that the market price was about 20 cents before the surge, and then it went up to 27. So somewhere around the range of 15 to 20 cents seems reasonable for this coin that's making a ton of revenue, my friends, a ton of revenue. And we go back and we see, look, 15 cents. So the price was 20 when the early stage investors got in. This thing is generating a lot of revenue. And you're in at the same price or even less than these guys got in. So firstly, I'd be looking at Avalon Labs. I've never reviewed this coin, but I'm starting to wonder why not, how it's been there under the radar making all of this money. So that's the first one. That's where I would be looking. Interesting. I'd certainly want to know what's going on with that. So almost 3 million revenue for a tiny little degen coin. It makes no sense. I would have to review it. There's a few question marks here. I don't know what's this. Some internal double counting. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay, so maybe this isn't the full facts and I'd need to do a bit of deeper digging. But here's stuff I have reviewed. Pump.fun on a 25% pullback. Now, this thing, even when the market's being rinsed, is making over $1.25 million of revenue every single day. Every day. Pump.fun. And just a reminder, look, go to Pump.fun and they will tell you that, look, you're in at virtually the same price that the early stage investors got in at. Virtually the same price, my friend. They got in at 0.004 and it is 0.0041. So you've got a highly profitable coin, which is an exchange that is making over $1 million a day, that is currently valued at the same price that the early stage investors got in. Now that, my friends, is a bargain. Next, which one else has been rinsed? Jupiter, another one I love to talk about. This is bargain basement, my friends. And just a reminder here, Jupiter's making a ton of money. It's another exchange on Solana. And look, unlike Pump, this one's actually down. The people that got in early on this one are sitting on a loss. This makes no sense. A highly profitable coin where the IDO, they paid 55. And even though its Pump is churning out money, it is down, massively down to 36. I think Jupiter is one of the bargains. It's one of the most no-brainer bargains if we're still in a bull market, my friends. Now, I have to say that because we might not be. We could be in a bear market, by a bear market. There could be a lot of delusional people out there looking for bargains. But that's Jupiter. Next one, we go down. We see Aerodrome, same thing. Aerodrome, 94. What did they pay? Doesn't tell us. So what we do, we go to Grok and we find out that they got in at around 9 to 10 cents. Now, Aerodrome, you can see here that they are sitting on a pretty profit, and that's not as appealing as the other coins that we've looked at. So we go back. See the biggest player in the game in this sector, Aave. Go to Aave, and here we see that this thing's made insane profits. Now, most of the coins are probably out. Most of the profit taking's done. But this is just to show you the potential. This is a glimpse into the future. Next in the list, Lido DAO, which we see on here, just here. And this thing making over, it's making $227,000 a day. And we look at Lido. And we see here, as we go down, that look, the price they got in at 0.009 on this round in 2020. But I asked them, what did these guys get in at? And they're not entirely sure. This is a lot of guesswork that goes into this. But from retrieving the price, they'd say round about the closing price when they got in was $1.50. And when we go back and look at it now, it's almost half price, my friends. And these are the bargains. Now, you can go down that list. You can do this yourself. Go to DeFiLlama. But if you want to de-risk the cryptos that you're going into and look at ones that are actually making money, then that is just a glimpse of the future, my friends. Just a glimpse of the future. But I'm a lunatic. What would I know? Let me know your thoughts. What are you looking at? If you are lunatic to think that we could still be in a bull market, what coins are you eyeing up? Tell me, my friends. Share the love. Share the insight and get on the comments. And if you've enjoyed this content, then do like and subscribe for more of the same. Speaking of which, another video just there. But either way, stay lunatic, have fun, make money in crypto.